Oh, well. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. We are a little discombobulated, but it wouldn't be a normal show if we weren't. Sorry for everything, folks, for being just a few minutes late and getting everything going. I had one direction I was going to go with the show, and then we got some kind of late breaking news, and it was very, very important. So I felt that we needed to do this. So you guys, you've been waiting for it, and I'm sure some of you have seen it from the other channel. We do have a special guest. We're going to go ahead and before we do that, let me delay it just a little bit further. Please do all the things that you can do. We are a new baby channel, so make sure that you hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, communicate. We're an interactive show, and we like to hear your thoughts and input. So we want you to help us out, help us grow, share the show with everyone you know, and help spread the word. All right, so we're going to get into it. We've got a lot to cover this evening. And as I was saying, I know that some of you probably have seen the message, but without further ado, I want to bring to you a special guest. Oh,
good evening.
Wait, that's not who some of you were thinking of. Yeah. All right. So, look, with a great fanfare, ladies and gentlemen, we have here Audie Barber. He was a special guest host a couple times a couple weeks ago, and he had said to me last night that he wanted to pop on. We wanted to try to bring him on last night, but we had a couple things going on, so he had some a concern that he wanted to talk to us about here in the city of Muncie. And I think it might be something that a few of you are also talking about. I've heard some rumblings about this, but what's going on, Audie?
Chris, you can hear me okay, right?
Yep, we can hear you good. Smoke them if you got them. There's number one.
Keep track of them. I ain't gonna be on here long. I know you got a lot of stuff going on tonight. I want to talk about the YMCA being at Muncie Central High School.
Yep.
I used to be a member of the YMCA, and
wait, were you the construction guy?
No. I was a member.
Okay.
I went through this phase one time about 8 years ago, that I was working out twice a day. I lost a bunch of weight, and I put a lot of it back on, but that's neither here nor there. But I would go to the YMCA. And
oh, it was the Village People. That was the YMCA they sung.
Yeah,
that was the okay. Yeah, all right, you got the joke. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's construction. There you go. Okay. That- right over
Yeah.
my head.
Wait, everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
But anyhow, I spent a lot of time at the YMCA working out and stuff. One time when I was out there, it was on a Saturday morning. There was basketball for little kids and stuff out there through the winter time, and I caught a gentleman in the restroom masturbating
Oh,
with these little boys in the locker room slash bathroom, and
what in
I
the
turned him
world?
in. Yeah, he's very perverted. I turned him in. He was a Ball State professor. I don't even know what his name was, but I turned him in. They banned him from there and sent him to the downtown Y. Well,
What? They sent him to it? What do you mean they sent him to it?
they told him he couldn't come back to the Northwest Y, that he would have to
Wouldn't
go
he
to the
have been
downtown.
banned from all YMCA properties?
You would think so. You would think so. And so I thought they banned him from all YMCA properties. Well, I went to the Y downtown one time and I seen him in there, so I knew that they had banished him to the downtown Y. The
Okay,
downtown
so
Y,
you turned him in. You were, for those of you that are listening, City of Muncie has had two YMCA's. We had one downtown on Mulberry, and then one up on the north west side, up on by Chatham, by Sugarbush, and all of that up there in the Fox Ridge Lane area. And so you were up near Fox Ridge Lane, and you caught him there. And this isn't something that you maybe just kind of saw somebody doing something that you weren't sure on. Like, it was 100%. That's what he was doing.
100%. I
They
went
were
to the front
involved,
desk.
kicked him out of there. And
Correct. I
you
went to the front desk and they kicked him out of there.
you were under you were under the thought that they had like kicked him out of all YMCA's, but then you
Yes.
went down for some other reason. You went down to Mulberry and you caught Pee Wee down there.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't catch him doing that down there, but I seen
You
him in
just
there.
saw him.
Correct. But everybody knows that you don't go to the downtown Y too much because there's a lot of pedophiles in there. There's a lot of weird stuff going on inside the YMCA downtown on Mulberry Street. There used to be. There's a mezzanine. There's a upstairs locker room type thing, and the guys would sit up there in that, and it was inside the men's locker room. They would sit up there naked and watch the boys play basketball. Now, where I'm going with this, if everybody give me just a couple minutes here, you'll see where I'm going with this. So we've got the swimming pool and all that stuff, and you got all these perverts running around naked in the locker rooms, and they had a sauna in there. They had all kinds of stuff for men in there, and if you would ever go in the sauna, all the men would be in there sitting in there naked. For some reason, I have no clue. So that was a problem. That's the reason I never went to the downtown Y too much, because all the shit that was going on. It's really it's really horrible in there. And everybody, if you talk to anybody that knows about the downtown Y, a lot of perverts hang out in there, and possibly maybe even child molesters. Well, they've closed the downtown Y and they've moved the swimming pool activity to Muncie Central High School, where you have access to all these kids. You have access, and I'm going to check it out. I've got to check it out. I may get with you to go with me one day. We need to check it out and see how much access they've got to the school through this swimming pool area, that they go in and get dressed and run around frolicking naked.
That's the very first thing that threw me off. And with every bit of this, right, is that the YMCA, which is not a city organization, but the
Correct.
YMCA is going to be on the City of Muncie City School Corporation property. This is going to be between the field house.
Correct.
And at least for right now, they're people who are attending the Y, they're telling them that they can go swim And in order to swim, you go into Muncie Central High School to do this. And the
Correct.
first I heard that, first of all, let's remove the sexual crimes from it, the
Yes.
perversion and all that. Let's just say this.
All
Who thinks it's
schools-
a good idea for people to have access to a school like that?
Well, here's the thing. We're in the age of all these mass shootings at these
Yeah.
schools. Schools are locked down. You got to have ID to go in and see your kids, or take your kids in, or take them their book bag that they forgot at home, and you got to jump through hoops to get inside the schools. And now you've got all these people just randomly going in to use the swimming pool during school hours. I don't know exactly what the hours are with the pool for the YMCA members, but I'm sure that the pool is going to be open during school hours sometimes. And that's a problem. That's given too many people access to our students at Muncie Central High School. I don't have any kids going there. I don't have any grandkids going there. But we have citizens that have their kids going there, and that is a problem. And I think it needs to be stopped. I don't know how we're going to stop it, but we need to put a stop to that immediately. Whether we get somebody to file an injunction against the school system and the YMCA to prevent it from happening. We need to get a bunch of parents from Muncie Central together, and we need to protest this and shut this shit down, because this is really bad, Chris. This is,
well, like Ryan said, they should have never shut this down before the new one is complete. And that's just,
I agree.
I don't understand. Everyone heard the mayor talking about this last September. I asked questions about this. I said I did not think that this was a good idea. From day one, when the mayor was trying to partner with the Y, and they were trying to put this on city property, when they were trying to put it at Toohey Park, that didn't make any sense.
Right.
The mayor seemed very hell-bent on joining Chad Zucca in trying to make this work. And I understand that maybe it's a partnership you want to keep. I understand that, but I just never truly understood why the mayor was so hell-bent on making something happen here. And then just like bam, they said that the best place to put this was school property, which I never really thought was a good idea. And then when I heard this thing about the park, the pool, does anybody is there anybody out there that's watching this? I don't know if maybe you guys access the Y or whatnot, or maybe you guys are swimmers. Are you guys aware of how this is supposed to be working? Does anybody know how, if you're a member of the Y, say you're a member in good standing, okay? And I know I'm not going to name this person, but I know that there is at least one person watching right now who has been a swimmer at the Y, and I know that just from looking at pictures on Facebook. So I don't know if the person's still a swimmer or not, but do we know how this is supposed to work? Like, I got to be honest, I'm ignorant to this, so I'm going to be looking into this. But like,
I'm ignorant to it too, but we need to look into it, whether we take a static video with us or whatever.
Sure.
We need to look into this. And here's another thing. I don't know if, and this may not be very popular, what I'm getting ready to say, and I don't want people to take it the wrong way, because I believe in God. But there's supposed to be a separation in the school and religion, but you've got a Christian-owned business, the YMCA, using public school. You can't have prayer in school. You can't have the 10 Commandments hanging on the wall, but you can have this Christian-based business in the school and on school property now.
They've done a lot to stop other, things, but yet it seems like they were okay in pushing this forward, I think is what you're saying.
Right. And I'm not saying I'm for or against prayer in school. I'm not saying that. If people want to pray, that's their choice. But for them to push this YMCA to have access to the Muncie City school system's swimming pool, that's a problem.
Right.
That is a big problem. It's gonna open it up to where you've got could have possibly pedophiles in there. You know, we can't as a community now can't go up and get our noise ordinances because they've been denied 2 or 3 of them, and I guarantee you, if they keep denying them, people's not going to get their noise ordinances, so they're going to go up there and do it anyhow. We had a mass shooting, so they don't want to give the noise ordinances no more. What's going to happen at school when you have something going on at school, and next thing you know, oh, we can't send our kids to school now because this happened at school. You know, I don't understand the logic of this by the mayor. He got screwed on it again.
Yeah.
He told him, we'll rent you the building for $1. You pay the utilities. We'll keep you there till 2024, 2025. I think the contract said 2024. Now the city of Muncie is responsible for the utilities on that building. It's going to cost what, $20,000 a month, maybe.
It'll be interesting to see what this costs the city of Muncie.
Because, you know, you got to heat that place. If not, it's going to mildew. It's a block building. It's going to get cold in there. You got to keep it heated. You got to keep the water on because you don't want the water to freeze. You got to keep the lights on to keep the heaters and stuff working. This is a big boo-boo by the mayor, and he should have had more of on the contract that they had to stay in that building.
Well,
and maintain that building until their new building was done.
We simply put, we should have done an option to purchase. We should have never given a penny to the Y. There should never have been anything going to the Y in this situation. We should have.
I want to give him $100 for the building. Him turn around and give me $600,000 to do remodeling on it and pay my utility bills for a year.
No kidding.
And then when I don't have it done on time, get him to continue to pay it and not expect me to pay any penalties or nothing on it, because that's practice with this mayor, and I just feel that's what he needs to do. And I can, you know, it's got a Olympic-sized swimming pool in it.
Yeah.
I can put condominiums in that thing and have a public or a private pool there for people that lived in the condominiums. And, you know, it's 2 stories, and it's got a humongous gym in it, and it's got racquetball court or handball courts and stuff like that in it. So it's set up pretty good. You go in there and put 4 or 5 apartments in there, spend, you know, a couple $1 million and $600,000 that the mayor would give you.
Well, yeah,
make a fortune off the place.
Absolutely. Well, you know, and Stumblefoot News said YMCA makes money off their facilities, not taxpayer property. That's definitely interesting. Now, I want to let everyone know that when all of this first came out, when all of this stuff with the news came out, I requested records from the city of Muncie on the situation with the Y. I asked for all emails and all information pertaining to those pertaining to the Y, the deal. I asked for all emails and everything going there. So I am working on trying to get that stuff. I was given the notice that the HR director who normally prepares those documents, she's out on FMLA. So I don't know what kind of delay we're going to happen there. Obviously, wish her the very best. I was trying to look because I had noticed earlier that I got some kind of an email from the city of Muncie, and I thought that it was in reference to the Y, but for the life of me, I cannot find this email at the moment, and I don't know where. I know I didn't delete it. Oh, right here it is. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
Hey, Chris,
okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
In the council meetings, when they brought this stuff up, they vacated some sidewalks and stuff. They've put all these fences up where kids can't even walk down the sidewalks. They've got a double wide office trailer in there. It's gonna take 18 months to 2 years to build this new building.
Oh yeah.
And nowhere in the council meetings when all this was brought up and everybody was okay with it, did they say that they was going to close the downtown Y and use the YMCA or use the Muncie Central's pool for
Right.
YMCA. So this is a backdoor deal that Dan has made to evidently, or the school system, maybe not Dan, I don't know, maybe Dan didn't
Or the
know much about it.
YMCA.
The YMCA made a deal with either the mayor or the city of Muncie school system, and probably Ball State, which runs it right now anyhow, to use the swimming pool and go ahead and close it. And Dan truly sounded surprised when he found out that they was going to close the downtown Y, and he was going to have to start paying utility bills on it. So
He did he not? That was very interesting. I noticed that too. That
I mean, usually
he
you
did.
can tell if he's lying or not. And he really sounded like he was really surprised when it was up and closed. So
He did, because he said, and you got it wrong just a minute. The deal was for until 2005 or 2025.
25.
So it was a pretty long deal that they had, and I do believe that he was surprised. The thing is, I don't care. The issue is that's what we get when we have Dan Ridenour doing our economic development crap. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's barely a mayor. He is not an economic development director. He knows nothing about this type of stuff, and he's literally either been screwed or he's literally been screwed or what?
Lubed up good. They lubed him up good.
Yeah. He's either been or he's almost been screwed on literally every deal that he's ran. And so this is just one more thing. And if he didn't know about this, I feel sorry for him. I hate that, but it's like, Dan, this is just par for the course with you, dude. This is what happens.
And there's nothing really in the contract that gives us any thing to fall back on and to go after the Y, because they left us with a big empty building that we have to pay the utilities on now. They was all for it, vacating the property out front where the buses park and all that stuff, just to get this started. And then as soon as what they do, June finally got it all approved.
Yeah,
here it is, August, and they're already sticking it to him and screwing him hard.
Yeah.
Screwing the taxpayers hard, because they've up and walked away from the other building. Now we're responsible for it with no recourse to fall back on the YMCA and say, hey, you're going to pay this, or we're going to do this. We're going to go back and change that ordinance back to where you can't have access to that property out there. Something's got to be done. Something's got to be done to punish these people for leaving that building early.
Well, the citizens of Muncie shouldn't be made to foot the bill for another Ridenour screw up. Maybe he can open his pocketbook and he can play around with that. Do what he needs to do with it. I'm fine with that. There's no reason why the city of Muncie needs to be footing that bill for another Ridenour screw up. Maybe he can't afford it. That's fine. But we as the city should not be. It's absolutely ridiculous. And just, this is just par for the course when dealing with Dan. And it's really sad that's what happens. But it is.
I made a comment the other night on here that Dan would make a great former citizen of Muncie.
Yeah.
And after November, that's what's going to happen. He's going to pack his shit up and he's going to get the hell out of Muncie and go back to his hometown, retire, and live a pretty good life, hopefully, and be out of the limelight here in Muncie, because in the last 3.5 years, he has really screwed this city up more than the last 50 or 60 mayors that we've had. He's been the worst mayor of all of them, and you know,
Well, I know
it's
for a fact that I can tell you this. Good for Dan. He's not been arrested. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
not yet, not yet.
Not yet. But as far as living up to any of his campaign promises, that he certainly has not done.
Nope.
And it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to be stuck with the nonsense that he does. And you know, it's sad that this is what we get, but it's
And the bad thing about it is, we've got 30 years now that we got to continue to pay for parking space underneath the old county jail.
yeah.
That he's got a 30-year contract with his friends over there, and now we got to pay for that for the next 30 years. Maybe they're going to name that garage space after he leaves office.
The Dan Ridenour oil spot.
The Dan Ridenour, come ride with me.
Yeah, right.
Dreaming with Dan, or riding the Ridenour, because they're all riding him.
Yeah,
they're riding him hard, and he don't realize how bad he's getting ridden.
Right.
And ridden hour or whatever, ridden every hour or whatever.
We get it. We get it, but he's not getting it, and he's taking us.
He's getting it.
He's taking us for the ride too.
Yes, he's getting it hard, and he just don't realize it.
So we need to look into this. I'll definitely do that. I did find that email, and all it was I had requested the records. The HR director is out, and someone in her office sent me an email saying that they do have my request and they will give me the request as soon as possible. And what I requested was, number one, I requested all emails between Mayor Dan Ridenour and Chad Zucka and anyone else representing the YMCA between the dates of May 1st, 2023 and August 18th, 2023, specifically concerning the YMCA property at 500 South Mulberry Street and about the YMCA vacating that building and the city of Muncie taking it over and paying utilities. That was the first thing that I requested. And the second thing I requested was all paperwork, any kind of the lease, the billing, the purchase agreements, and all of that from September, when the city of Muncie entered into that. And she sent me back a message. She said they separated the request out. They sent the request for the emails to IT. They sent the other off to whoever needs to get it. And she said they would be sending it back to me. So as soon as I get those records, I will come out with it.
Good luck getting records. I requested records for the total cost of Willing Avenue, and I requested records for the total cost of Madison Street on the paving they did. And they do not break it down according to Adam. We don't break it down like that. We don't have to. I wanted to break down of how much they, use the machinery, because you got to charge so much for the machinery, so much for the asphalt. And the only thing he gave me was the tickets for the asphalt and the tickets for the stone and the hauling out of the materials that was in there. So they totally missed the ball and give me the records request on that. And maybe the auditor will come in and do an audit on them and see how much they actually spent on those jobs.
That falls under this right here. Ridenour had at least 6 campaign promises: improve communication, improve transparency, improve accountability, slow government down, improve relationships between city, county, and put the best people in place. And that falls under number 6, put the best people in place. He's not done any of these. He has not done any of these.
You're not going to hire an engineer that knows what the hell they're doing for $70,000 a year.
Right.
I don't care who you are. And this Mr. Adam guy, he don't know his ass from the hole in the ground. His engineering is for erector sets, I think. So, it's just, there's different grades of engineers, and I don't know that his engineers covers heavy highway or infrastructure or anything like that. I'm down on I-74 doing a crossover. We're getting ready to start working on a bridge down there. So I'm out there building a crossover. I've used approximately $150,000 tons of crushed limestone, 53s on this job. So, I've got 12 inches of crushed limestone. It's going to get 12 inches of asphalt on it for a crossover, a temporary crossover until we get the bridge done. So it's going to last about 6 months to a year, and then we rip it all out. So I don't think Adam quite understands the engineering part of a job like that, or any of his jobs. So granted, it's all public streets, city streets and stuff. I understand that, but you still got to fix them to where they last longer.
Well, yeah, it's got to
6
last
months.
longer than a couple 6 months or so.
Yeah.
So well, very good. I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah,
everybody needs to get out and vote.
Register to vote.
Register to vote. If you need registered, let me know. Let Chris know. We'll get you registered. Chris, we got a couple places we need to go in the next couple weeks to get people registered. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, my phone number is pretty accessible, 744-0013. I had a couple people wanting shirts. I need to know sizes of shirts because I have to do another order for shirts. I'm completely out of shirts right now, but we need to set something up to where me and you go into that school and see how that gym,
we'll see what's going on.
Swimming pool separated from the school, and we need to get the parents for these kids at this school involved and get a protest going on. Maybe the Y will be forced to go back to downtown YMCA to have their swimming there instead of having it at Muncie Central. If we can do this in the next couple of weeks, that's what we need to do.
Right.
Did you force them back out?
Did you see on your little sign I made your hat?
I love that hat. I love that.
You see it?
That's awesome. Yes.
You see what it is?
Yes, it's mine.
All right. Yeah, right.
IUOE hat. Yep. Yeah. It's awesome. It looks good.
I need to look at what it is. I need to get it because I was just fiddling around with it. But
it's actually what it is. It's a steam gauge because back in the day, steam shovels.
Yeah. I mean, if you what's the name of it? What's the name of the thing?
IUOE.
All right, because I'll be able to pull it off the actual logo. Local 103.
Local 103. You should be able to pull it up.
I'll be able to get the local. Yeah.
This has been on here forever. I don't know if you can clearly see it.
Yeah.
But it points to 420. It's been on there for 110, 115 years, however long it's been around.
Smoke them if you got them.
And it's always been on 420. And then all of a sudden, 20 years ago, 420 come out as smoking weed at 420 because they're getting out of school and they want to get high and all that.
That's hilarious. So. All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I'm really going to enjoy this next part. This
236.
Cha-ching! Write me a paycheck, motherfuckers.
Right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that word. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you very much, Audie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Yep, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Audie Barber, the Barber Shop. All right, now, without further ado, someone you all know and love or hate, and hate to love and love to hate, someone that you like to listen to, someone that the local law enforcement and the officials around here do not maybe care so much for, someone we used to know, an old fiance of mine, Joshua Civic Duty Kimbrell.
What up?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, what's up, Sproles? I know you watching.
Connie, how you doing?
Right.
You bastard.
Right.
Okay, let's see here real quick because I do need to say this. I appreciate this, Jackie. The pool hours at the YMCA are up there. I will look at those as soon as we get off here. I thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jackie, and I knew that you would know. So that's cool. So I wanted to have Josh on tonight. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. And what I was going to do was I was going to have Audie on. Audie wanted to come on last night and talk about this deal with the Y. And basically I was going to kind of just fill the whole time with him, just kind of shoot the shit a little bit, talk about a couple different things, have Audie on, let him talk about his concerns. And we were going to kill the hour and a half. But you messaged me and we got in contact a little bit ago. I want to tell
woke your ass up.
Yeah. That's exactly. So here is what the situation is. I titled this episode 236. I titled the episode, it's episode 10, 236, and a trip to the barber shop. We took a little off the top there with Audie. I then put a special guest there, and I will go in and fill that in afterwards with Joshua. But what's the 236? That's a weird title for a show.
I think we should set it up with what you're doing first.
Okay.
Play it in order, so to say.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, to be really honest with everything that happened, and I'm not going to say what, where, when, and why, or how long ago or whatever, but there was a time that I was speaking out against folks in government, and I started noticing something weird happening, and I got a sneaking suspicion something funky was going on. And with my past life and training law enforcement experience, I thought, it seems like something funky might be going on with my driving record. It's like almost like somebody's accessing stuff, and that's really strange. So I submitted a records request at another point in time to an agency, and I found out, lo and behold, some stuff was going on. Something was funky was happening. And so I know that sometimes when you deal with public officials, with law enforcement, that when you're rubbing these people the wrong way, sometimes it causes them to do some things they shouldn't do. Now, I've heard all sorts of weird stuff, and I always hear this, and I try to educate people the best way possible. It is perfectly legal for a police officer to drive down the road and run the license plate of every car in front of him or her. He can run the license plate. Some officers in the state police have a little reader attached to their car, and if they're just driving down the highway, bing, 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 it's running the license plate of every person running down the road. That is perfectly legal. There is nothing wrong with that. You're driving a vehicle on the roadway. You have to, there's so much that has to go into that, unless you're one of the sovereign citizens people, and I'm not getting into all of that. If you're just within normal life like the rest of us or most of us, you have financial obligation. You've paid for the car. You got insurance on the car, yada, yada, yada. So the police can run your license plate. They can run it on their computer. They can pull it up and run it on like this. From that, when I'm back behind a car and I'm back behind a truck and I get on and run, Indiana in God We Trust plate, 6847312, and it comes back to Josh Kimbrell, I can say, can you check and see if Josh Kimbrell is, wanted or anything? And they can run that. Now, just because I ran that, your wife could be driving the truck. So if Josh Kimbrell comes back and, in today's day and age, you don't know if Josh Kimbrell is you, is Danielle, Josh, you might be going by Josh. Who knows? You don't know that Josh Kimbrell is the one driving the vehicle. Now, in small towns, cities, a lot of times cops will know who people are. So if I see Josh is driving the vehicle and I know Josh is suspended prior, say I pulled him over last week and he was suspended, and I'm driving by and whoop, there goes Josh driving again. I can run Josh and say, hey, Josh Kimbrell's still suspended prior, and they can check into that and let me know. And if you are, I don't need any other reason to pull you over. I have that past experience with you. I've checked and you're good to go. What I cannot do is I cannot just be sitting there eating my 10 donuts of the day.
Pay attention, Barn Dollar.
Yeah, listen to everybody. Listen. I cannot just be sitting there and eating my, 10 donuts of that 8-hour shift or whatever else goes on. And I cannot say, man, there are a couple of loudmouth assholes that are really causing me and my boss trouble. And if my boss gets unelected, well, maybe I'm not going to be the chief or the deputy chief or the sergeant, maybe this is going to happen. And I want to check and see if there's anything that we can do to hurt this guy. Now, I can go into my files, my department's files, and I can look up the names and I can go through files and I can search through the reports in our computer. There's nothing wrong with that. What I cannot do is I cannot then access the police system, whether it's Spillman or some other CAD, and I cannot go in and access the search of the driver's record information. I can't search the NCIC IDAX. I cannot search, going in and looking for information which I need to either have a valid law enforcement reason, have you pulled over and expect you of a crime, yada, 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 this, that, or the other.
Rhyme or reason.
Right. Yeah. Rhyme or reason. Or you are an applicant to the police department. You're going to come and be one of the thin blue line, and we're running you and we're running triple eyes on you because of that. Or you're a suspect in any number of, crazy felonies. And so we're running an investigation and we want to check, then that's a valid reason. What you can't be is you can't be just citizen Joe Blow out here paying attention to yourself and paying attention to the community and not doing any crimes, and you're active. And because you're active and you're a loudmouth, I cannot run you because of that. So when I ran my thing way back in, a far, far distant land, I found out there was an issue. So sometimes when I engage in what I do, what Josh does in the communities, sometimes I will run myself in those communities to see if the police there have done anything illegal. And back some time ago,
pay attention, Madison County.
Everybody,
don't make this mistake.
Yeah, right. Now I got to say, Madison County's got some good law enforcement, so hopefully that won't happen because they've got a good sheriff in place, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see. I ran myself in Henry County, and you guys are all aware of that. Half of you wanted the template to run yourselves. And so I've ran myself, and matter of fact, just this evening, I received back another message from some people that,
Uh-oh.
Wow. Hold on. Joe, hold on. Josh, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you something in Messenger before we go forward. I want you to see this.
All right.
Sorry, folks. Delay of game. This is all pertinent.
The play's under review.
All right. We're now back at it. Read what that says. That's bizarre. You still win.
Oh, why? That's weird though. Why? That's in Henry County, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, Indiana's gonna learn. Ooh. I'm kind of nervous to pull my shit in there now. Have you got all yours up to date?
I've got everything up to date.
Okay.
I've not. I got to do this. I need to. I guess I need to do what you've done through Shaney Felt. I need to do that. I guess I should say, because I went through Sproles, or excuse me, I went through Burke and I went through Art, and I got some like, oh, nothing's happened here. So I need to go through Shaney Felt.
At least you didn't get we can do that. I don't know if we know how to do that.
Right.
Shaney Felt's filling my records. Oh, well, I read your name a couple times just so you know. It's clear the air.
Right. That person started speaking against the government in 2016, and that's when it started.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Well, so here's the deal. As most of you guys that watch this know, I ran my information through Henry County, and I started speaking out against not the government, but John Sproles in October of last year. Sproles was running for sheriff. Sproles was in a very contested race. It wasn't as contested as it should have been. It was way lopsided. I wish it was more contested, I guess. He should not have won. And he went on the Boss Hogs of Liberty, and he went completely insane. And so I called him out about that. And I called him out, and that was like the first week and a half into October. And the first time that I was ran in Henry County was right after I spoke out about Sproles in October. And then I kind of went quiet. He won. It was what it was. I talked about him a little bit. We talked about him back in April when he was going crazy over the mirrors. Talked about him a little bit. But then I really started hardcore. Josh started hardcore speaking out about these people in July, at the beginning of July. July 6th, actually, is when it all started. The day that John Sproles shot the guy in the jail, the day that they had that weird meeting, and that's when it all came to fruition. And so that's what happened. And so my records request showed that they ran me twice in October, and then they ran me 4 times in July after the 6th. So when I started giving him hard times, that's when they started running me. I told you guys all, a whole bunch of you said, hey, give us the template. We want to run ourselves in Henry County. We want to run ourselves in Delaware County. We want to run ourselves in Winchester. I don't know. You guys have been driving people crazy all over because I've sent out probably 80 of those things. So it's been a big deal. I think
on top of the phone lines and the phone calls as well, too.
Right. I don't really think it's Beanbag Gate. I think it's FNG Gate. I think all of this comes around the fact that this guy is so new and such a noob, he doesn't know what's going on, that everything is such a cluster because of that. I heard literally someone said that he needs to stay in the office and let his deputies patrol and his investigators investigate. And he needs to stay in the office because he screws everything up.
You know what I think? I think we need to get him a paper uniform. He's going to be on watch.
Yes.
A Class A paper uniform.
That's hilarious.
With some plastic badges.
Right? He can get the little crayons and draw and draw his
or he can use something else that's brown to color it in.
What do they do in prison when they're making like the art? They take like coffee ground and water, and when they I like to watch those things. That's absolutely nuts. So
just spit on some dirt.
Right. So here's the thing. I was ran 6 times. Josh, I know Brandon Rudd ran himself. Kate ran herself. All of us started running ourselves places. And whatnot, and Josh got some weird answers early on, but then you said you wanted everything ran from basically your start of involvement in Winchester, which was when?
Early May.
All
Like
right,
May
so
18th.
of 2022.
Yes.
So you wanted basically from, I think your original thing said from May 1st through now.
Yeah. May
Basically.
1st, then 6 months, break it down. Then from that 6 months to the next 6 months, basically to present day.
Absolutely. Okay. And when did you get back a response?
Earlier today.
Okay. And that response came back and said you obviously hadn't been ran.
No.
Oh, what did that response say?
It said we only went through May 18th till June 10th, and there's already 237 pictures. And holy shit, you're gonna have to reword your public records request because this is too much work already.
So if I were you, what I would do is I would that is an interesting thing that you got. I would do a 6-month period going backwards.
That's what I did. I did from it's all broke down. So it's like May till I think like October.
All right.
Then like November till mid this year, then from there till present day, which is only like 4 months or something like that. So I did break it down how I'm supposed to.
Yeah, okay. No. I'm saying.
And Shaney felt, I'm sorry, bro, but
yeah,
I need to see them records.
you guys are gonna have to like hire 3 more dispatchers just to complete the Kimbrell request.
Let me say this: either it's gonna be through the public records request or it's gonna be through a subpoena. But either way, you might as well get on them screenshots.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it at some point. Well, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say the name or whatever, but I received another message that said that someone else had been ran someplace up to 100 and sometimes. So it's not just, I mean, this is not like a
attack the people that are online, like videoing stuff.
Yeah, this is anybody that speaks out, anyone that says anything. So I'm telling you, folks, the reason that we did this, and I thought that this was important to talk about, was if you're someone who speaks out about the government, and you're someone who doesn't think that things they do is right, and you live in a community and you've had issues or you went back and forth specifically with the police, you might check this out. And listen, there are going to be some people who say, I don't care. They can run me all they want. I don't have anything, whatever, it is whatever.
It's like saying every time you walk out your house, they can pat you down, stick their hands in your pockets.
Right. Or come home, when you come home, they can be at your house going through your underwear drawer, your wife's underwear drawer,
your grocery bag.
Yeah. Without a warrant and tell you that it's okay. See, that's what I've always said. If we were talking about them searching your house without a warrant, a violation of your Fourth Amendment right, everybody would be losing their mind.
And
but
if
because
anybody
we're talking
says
about something digital,
if anybody says that's all right too, like I ain't got nothing to hide in my house, they can come search it. You've never had your house searched by the police. Right. They will take every DVD out the case. You will have a pile of movies on your floor. Like they go through everything. Like you will be like, dude, I've been looking for that for 3 years. Where the fuck did you find it?
Right. Listen, I've seen some search warrants where they've cut couch cushions open. Looking to see in there. They've cut mattresses open.
I had somebody lie on me and said I had kilos and kilos of coke in my walls and my house got raided, and they took hammers to the drywall.
Didn't
find nothing.
Yeah, like Afro Man.
Mm-hmm.
Will you help me fix my gate? So, I mean, listen, and I'm gonna venture to say that not every one of those 236 times is probably going to be an IDAX search or whatever. There might be a couple things in there that are going to be nothing, But
Yeah.
there are going to be things in there that they have done where they have absolutely done them wrong, done them illegally, and there's going to be a lot of them.
Because there's quite a few in there that aren't even law enforcement officers. That's the part that really got me. Like I can explain away Burke ran my name on this day or Barn Dollar ran my name on this day. You can explain that away. Like the one day I think Barn Dollar ran my name was the day I was outside Dylan's house recording. The day I got the body cam footage. That's understandable. It makes sense.
Yeah, well, and Audie has put up a really good thing here. So my case in IDAX, because there's a lot of people who will jump on here and they will say, well, anything that's in your record you can find on my case. You can go on there and you can pay, you can pay $30 and you can get a, Listen, if somebody wants to pay $30 and run a background check on me, and you've got my full name and you've got my date of birth and all that stuff, and you want to run that, have at it. Do it. If you want to get on my case or Docs Pops and you want to run me, do that. I've got no problem. It happens every time I go into a new community. Remember, we talk about it about every 3 or 4 months. So I've got no problem with that. The difference is this police stuff. When police go through training on how to use IDAX, they are specifically told.
And they usually break it down as like a boyfriend. Like if you and your ex-girlfriend break up and she starts dating a new guy, you are not allowed just to run that new guy's information.
Yeah. There's things that they always tell you, do not run license plates that you see on TV, because they come back to studios and they're all logged, and that will get you in trouble. Don't run, somebody would know Brad Pitt's birthday. Don't look up Brad Pitt trying to find out information on Brad Pitt. Don't run Joe Biden.
President, yeah.
Don't do things like that, because those things are called IDAX violations. And IDAX violations can be expensive for the officer and for the department. They can violations. There's all sorts of violations that the state can give an agency. They can fine the agency $10,000. They could fine the yeah. Could you imagine? They could fine the officer that money. They can pull the agency's ability to. They can pull that officer's ability to use IDAX, but they can pull the agency's ability to use IDAX.
Randolph County's gonna be like, Randolph County to Henry County.
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, you ain't got it no more either. Fuck. Wayne County, are you there?
Yeah, right. That's hilarious. That is absolutely great. Enlighten me. You said, how can I find out if I've been ran? Okay, so I don't know if you're local. If you're from around here, are you local? I'll say this. If you want to send me, here's what I will do. I will go on.
Do a short video about it. Do a short video.
Yeah, we can do that.
How to find out if I've been ran.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put up a video, but if you're wanting to get it quick, if you want to send me an email to the email that's below the screen right here, Bilbrey's email, Kate just put it up there, khbilbrey@gmail.com. If you send me an email to that, I will send you a template. But what I will do is sometime this evening or tomorrow, I might go on there and I can do a quick video and show people how to do it. That would make sense, and put that out. That would be good. And I will pull up on the screen what I type and tell everybody why those things. But like Joey just said, my case just shows court cases where IDAX shows arrests, times you've been stopped or pulled over by the police. The NCIC shows national stuff, And so it's the broad spectrum that law enforcement has to investigate people who they should be investigating. We are not people that they need to be investigating. Matter of fact, and I'm not going to play it on here. I've played it on here 100 times. But I when this happened last time, I sat down with Rafael Sanchez on channel RTV6, call help 6 for help. And Rafael Sanchez was talking to the chief of police of Muncie, and the chief of police said basically what this was we had some officers that were running some people they shouldn't have been running. The officer said that. The chief of police said that. He said, people have a right to not have this happen, and we're going to put things in place to make sure that this doesn't happen anymore. Good for Muncie. I don't know. I wish he would have talked to Henry County and Winchester and Randolph County and Parker. Who knows who else is doing this? Everybody's out here doing this. But I'm telling you,
it might be a job requirement here.
Yeah, right.
You want a job? Run this name real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Nicole says they pull IDAX to visit a prisoner because, they're not wanting to have people who are like, wanted or, who are of the criminal element. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I want to know all they have. Does it include all info about myself also? So here's the thing, enlighten me. Basically, what happens is, matter of fact, I will show you here. Let me pull this up. I can show you the
because I don't think they can show you your information because I don't think we're privy to that. We can't I don't think we as normal citizens can see what they pull up.
Well, this is what I don't like about what they're doing. So that changed all of a sudden after what we did back when it happened. I don't like the answer that they're giving people. I don't like what they're doing when they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing that. It really makes me mad.
Because they don't want us to know they're doing that shit.
That is exactly what is happening. And so I'm going to look on here to make sure I didn't list anything pertinent. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll put this up on the screen so people can see what's happening here. So look here. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Enlighten me.
Yeah, you can show all the pictures. I don't think there's anything. Is that what you're showing mine?
Oh no. Well, I can do that too. No, I was showing the template. So this is the template I put up here there. Okay. So it says this is what I sent into. This is what I requested. Below, I am submitting a request for records through Indiana's Access to Public Record Act, Indiana 51431. Under Indiana's Access to Public Record Act, I am requesting an opportunity to inspect or obtain copies of the following public records relating to the following. Any and or all law enforcement officers in this specific area, I was typing in Newcastle Police Department or Henry County Sheriff's Department. So in yours, you would take that out and you would put in the blank law enforcement department, including but not limited to Sheriff John Sproles that may have ran my name. Now, my name is funky. My name is Chris with a K, Bilbrey. So I put Kristopher H. Bilbrey, Kristopher Herbert Bilbrey, which is my middle name, Kristopher Bilbrey, Chris Bilbrey. Also checking for spelling of my name, Chris or Kristopher, Chris with a CH as well through Spillman CAD system, Indiana IDAX, NCIC, checking for my driver's record, criminal background check, or anything else used to run my name. I then I gave dispatch my date. I gave them my date of birth. I gave them the last 4 of my social security number, and I gave them my OLN. I then list, I am requesting this search to be ran from 12 a.m. midnight, Friday, September 16th, 2022 through Friday, 21st, 2023 at 4 p.m. This was the date that I turned it in. That's always the date, the end date. I had a specific reason for giving this date right here, but what I'll tell people, the public access counselor says you can run information up to 6 months at a time. So if now I know the guy that did the record that I sent you, Josh, he did for like the last 6 years. He just sent it in and said, do it. and they did it, I guess. So I think it's hilarious, but most places, the public access counselor will tell you a 6-month period. So I just ran, I did that, and I was like, all right, you guys will be fine. I then, it goes on to say the requested information is in the public interest and will contribute significantly to the public's understanding of the law enforcement agencies, and I put in Henry County. This will help foster communication, transparency, and will allow for appropriate accountability for all involved. The Indiana Access to Public Record Act requires a response time within 7 business days. That does not mean they need to give you the records within 7 times. They just need to give you a receipt within 7 days. They need to say, hey, we've got this, we're working on it. If access to the records I'm requesting will take longer than 7 days, please contact me with information about when I might expect it, blah, blah, blah. If you deny any or all of this request, please cite a specific exemption that you feel justifies the refusal to release the information and notify me of the appeal procedure available under the law. Thank you very much, blah, 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 blah. And so that's what I put. Now, some people's going to say, you don't need all that crap. You don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that, but I want to say this. When I made that template, I sat down with a couple attorneys. I also sat down with the public access counselor, and I wanted to make up a template because I use this for all kinds of requests. I don't just use it for this.
And they'll deny you for any little mistake you make.
Yeah.
They will look for any, you went over by a day versus, 6 months in a day here. So deny.
Yeah. So I wanted to make up the absolute most bulletproof thing that they could not deny. Because like I said, take out this reason. If I want the mayor's budget for 2024, I send this template in, I rework it, and I send it in. But this is what I use as a request for literally everything. So that's what I do with that. And I do that so that I can get literally
after I sue, I'm going to name it, it's going to be Civic County and welcome to Dutyville. I'm kidding.
I figured.
I just lost 60% of my votes. We're about tradition here.
Oh, that's hilarious. Give me a second here. I was going to pull up. So are you okay with me showing that thing that you sent?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. If you don't, I will.
I know where that is at. Okay, so all right. Here is the I wouldn't need to, but could I get more than one city? Say I'm only interested in Muncie, Indiana. Could I ask for more than one city? So yeah, if you're asking for, say, for example, the city of Muncie. I live in Muncie. If you're asking for Muncie, you would submit yours to Delaware County Dispatch. If you wanted to find out, say, for Yorktown, you would send it to Delaware County Dispatch. If you wanted to check for Anderson, you would send it to Madison County. So, it's pretty simple there as far as you do all of that. You just need to send it to the person who's in charge of dispatch in your area. All right. This email here says,
you might be able to read the bigger one better.
The bigger one. Oh, the other one that you
Yeah, I
sent?
think it's the same thing, but one's from the phone and one's from the computer. Yeah.
Does that one look better?
Yeah. I just figured that one would be easier.
Okay, this one says, Josh, per your request, I began researching for persons that accessed your name file in Spillman. At first, I was capturing every time someone was in your file. Due to the workload, I then changed the screen capture to 1 incident per person each time they accessed your file. This means if the record showed 10 records in a row tied to one person, I just picked one in the set of 10 and captured what they were looking at. At this point, I have 236 screen captures or images. Those 236 images were from the dates of May 1st, 2022 through June 10th, 2022. Your request wants the system log examined and screen captures through August 22, 2023. Based on 6 weeks of system logs examined, that amount of screen captures I have saved, I'm going to request that you modify your public access request to a time frame that is far more reasonable. Thus far, I have roughly 4.5 hours involved in reviewing and saving images. Your request is too time consuming. Hey, you want to give me you want to give me a computer and I can come in and do it?
Right.
It's like
see, my request is too time consuming. No. The illegal shit they did was time consuming. It was taxpayer time consuming. Like, these people got paid to run my name.
Right. Well, this is probably one of the, I love this. Political spotlight, Chris, Josh versus Civic Duty, and Kate. I love you all for helping me. I love myself just because I'm me. Hey, you gotta love yourself when nobody else will. Maybe I hear you. I get it. I am down with it.
You're Nothing on your way to start your own YouTube channel. Step 1, complete.
That's hilarious. Yeah, anytime we can help, we'll do whatever we can. That's what we're here for. But yeah, Stumblefoot News. This shit is serious enough to warrant Holcomb's attention in a positive way. I don't know that it's going to be positive. I'm positive that it probably won't be positive. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. Because what we did was, if you noticed, Chris is telling you they ran you far more than 236 times, because there are some people that had more than one thing.
And he just cut it down to one incident.
Down to the one.
That's why when I started going through, because you'll see the times, like, one's 1057, 1058, 1058. That's one access, but her going through the file, or that person going through the file. But then the other ones, they could have 5 or 6 behind them as well.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. Enlighten me. We love you. We all love you too. 100%. We are one community here.
Nice play.
Yeah, what?
Nice play there.
So the thing here is I
gotta put my back to.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Are we leaning against each other here?
Right. The big deal here is people need to do this. Yeah, if you're out there, if you're wanting the information, I will definitely send this to you. I saw Ryan was asking if I could send the thing. As soon as we get off here, I will send you I'll send you the thing in Messenger. Shoot me a message to remind me. I will definitely send that to you. To the person who's messaging me about the other request, yes, let's get in contact with each other this week. We'll definitely talk. I want to let everybody know I have an appointment to talk to an attorney this week. There's a couple of other people in Henry County that I have talked to about this and what I have said, and this is from my experience. The problem, Josh Fisher, unfortunately, the ACLU doesn't do this. I don't know why.
I'm not even gonna say anything about the ACLU. I was taught you don't have nothing nice to say. You don't say something nice. Usually I cuss and talk shit. So I'll just.
The ACLU is helping me on the First Amendment deal. They've always been really good on the First Amendment deal. To me, your civic liberties, your civil liberties, your rights are your rights. The whole bag of them. So I don't understand what the First Amendment is any more special than the Fourth. They're all special. I mean, the First Amendment is pretty special.
Here's the thing. It's First Amendment retaliation.
Yeah.
Since we utilize our First Amendment, they retaliate by violating our Fourth Amendment.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
The way I look at it.
Yeah, it is. Well, because for example, in the lawsuit, it would be a violation of both. Mm-hmm. You know, you're doing that. Institute for Justice. Well, so I'm sure there's probably an agency or agencies out here that would help with this. I don't know where they are. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to contact an attorney. I've contacted an attorney. I'm going to talk to this attorney. Anybody that has been ran, listen to what I'm telling you. Don't screw around with this. Contact an attorney. If you want to wait until I talk to my attorney, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to the attorney. I'm going to tell him what's going on with me just in Henry County. I'm then going to say, oh, but there's more. And I'm going to tell him everybody that's in Henry County and the people that have had problems. And I'm going to say, you know, is it too much for you to do them too? If they contact you, you want to do them? Then I'm going to talk and say, oh, wait, but there's more. And I'm going to tell him about Josh and do all of that. And so if he wants to represent everybody, these would be different separate lawsuits. It would be a lawsuit against what's going on in Randolph County. It'd be a lawsuit against what's going on in Henry County. There are people that if you want to group up and sue together, it's not a class action lawsuit, but you would just go together as a clump of defendants.
And it would be pretty much easier for the lawyer because he can copy and paste a lot of the arguments.
Well, so my recommendation is you try to use the same attorney or at least attorneys that'll work well together, but don't go. I was in a situation where we entered all together, like basically 4 people came together as one defendant. And I think in moving forward, what I would do is I think that there should be 4 different lawsuits.
Because if you get to go first and he loses for you, I still got time to fire him.
Yeah, right. Yes. We would be building a law firm. Yeah, in some aspects, this could be a very big deal. This could be a very big deal. And, you know, this needs to be something that the Indiana lawmakers need to be looking at. They need to be looking at, you know, I don't know, maybe there needs to be some kind of criminal penalty for law enforcement officers that break this. You know, I don't know. I don't know, man. What the answer is here. I can tell you this. I was told one time not to mess with IDAX, and I didn't do it. I didn't run, you know, I didn't run whatever. Matter of fact, I'll tell you when I was an intern at the prosecutor's office, this is way back when I was still in school for psychology. I didn't know I wanted to be a police officer or whatever. And I went and I rode with a police officer as part of the internship. And they were running stuff. And I was like, I said, the officer said, hey, do you want to see how it is to run you in here? And I said, sure. And they ran me just like on the small system. They didn't run. And I said, can you run the big thing? And the person I was with said, no, I cannot do that. And so they told me no. And I was like, oh, okay. That was it. And so that was that. Can they arrest police for the violations? As of right now, no. I mean, it's a civil fine, basically. Now, I will tell you kind of an interesting thing. I will prediction. JD Prescott puts forth legislation with loopholes that makes running people in IDEX without cause legal.
I can see it. And he'll charge you the labor for it. That you're going to get a bill because the officer ran your name. They're going to pull you over like, I need $7.29, sir. For what? I ran your name twice last week. What's up?
Oh, good Lord. That's hilarious, Yoko. Good God. When I worked 911, all officers had to send a request in writing to run info. I heard MPD is doing this again. I don't know that to be 100%. Yeah. Anytime you ran an investigation on someone, anytime that happened, you had to submit in a III sheet. I remember, I ran IIIs as an investigator a lot when working cases. And when I actually went from the police department to the prosecutor's office, I was running IIIs. And then one day they sent me back a thing and they said, hey, you can't run any more IIIs. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, we don't have you in the system to be able to do it. And I was like, that's nonsense. And what they had done is at some point, like the thing had expired from when I had been a cop, and they had never put me in from the prosecutor's office. And so I wasn't able to run the IIIs. I couldn't do anything like that. And so it was crazy. My cousin used to, but they had to put me in the system so I'd be able to run it. My cousin used to work at the prosecutor's office in Muncie. He wouldn't run a plate for me when I asked him to. It was when the FBI was starting their investigation in Muncie a few years ago. Yeah. I tell you, that's a thing. Now the plate, honestly, they would have been fine doing that. That wouldn't have been a big deal. But a lot of people, are just like I didn't run stuff. To me, it didn't make sense. I didn't run things like that I didn't need to run. It was just like it was more work. It was stupid to do that. I never thought there was no reason, to do that. It was just nonsense. But
I sent you that. That's something I want to discuss with you real quick at the end when we're done with this. You don't have to read it now.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, that's that. I just wanted to. You mean you want to talk about it on here?
Oh yeah, we can if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
If you want, like you'll see when you read that.
Yeah.
You'll understand.
So I just wanted to definitely bring that on and talk about that because this is a big deal. They're running people in. They're running people that they have problems with. Henry County right now is running people that are, or at least they were running people that were speaking out on social media. And that is really, really sick. Absolute. Josh Fisher says, that seems like a problem. Absolutely no oversight until the victim decides to audit them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's if you even know.
Yeah. Some people don't know. Like the very first time this happened, it was because I had received a text message that was saying, you're a 238-pound piece of shit. I didn't know they could stack it that high. And I was like, at 238 pounds, like that's a really weird specific number to use. Right? Who uses 238 pounds? That's insane. And I was like, wait a minute. And I remember marking it down on the driver's thing saying, this is really weird. Why didn't I just say 240 or 235? But I marked it down as 238, and I pulled it out my driver's license, and I looked, and I was like, oh my God. And that's when it ding in my head. Someone's pickpocketed me and looked at my license.
Yep. Basically what it is.
Basically what it is. So it's I don't know. It's a big deal. I know, I get it. It doesn't feel like they've done anything to us. I mean, Josh doesn't look any different. Doesn't look like he's been violated. He has been violated. I mean, this is definitely a violation.
They stuck the whole foot in, man.
Yeah, right.
I was living in some people's brains and minds, and they was living in my booty hole. How come the guy at the jail didn't see it and tell me?
Right? Why didn't he?
You can't be bringing those people in here. The hell?
You're trafficking. That's hilarious. All right. So did you say you had something else you wanted to talk about here?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to show the pictures of the Spillman shit. I didn't know if you.
Yeah. You want me to put them up here?
Yeah, if you want.
Wait, from the
zip file?
From the zip file. Give me 1 second here. Let me.
I haven't opened the zip file yet, so I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I know what it looked like from that link.
Give me one. Here we go. Oh my God.
Yeah. Welcome. That's why I got that message at like 5 o'clock, and I sat down. I glanced through it for a second, then I sat on the computer, and I'm like, all right. And it took me a minute to piece everything and see what I learned the Spillman system as I was going through this. I'm like, okay, this is what they were looking up. This is where they put it here. Got it.
Right.
Because if you don't know what you're looking at, that shit's confusing as fuck for a second.
Yeah. I want. Well, it's downloading that thing here. I want everyone to look at this for 1 second. Let me see if I can do this entire screen. So tell me if you can see this. Okay, so can you see this?
Nothing yet.
You don't see anything on my screen?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I see what I did there. Hold on 1 second. That was my problem. Share screen. Entire screen. Share. Watch this. Tell me if you see this now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Look at what's going on my Mac computer. You see all these?
Holy hell. Oh man, you should have opened that in its own. You should have.
No, that's not what this is. This is what it looks like. This is videos, bro.
Oh.
That's videos. So I'm like, where am I gonna open this zip drive at?
Oh, and your OCD is hell, so I know that's been driving you.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to kill this stuff down as fast as I can. It is nuts. All right, it's open, and I got it opened here. Yeah, that is.
I could have just probably did it and shared it.
No, that's fine. I got it. We're good. No. That normally you wouldn't see any of that crap. It would be it's all off, and it doesn't look like that at all. That is complete and total insanity. What I was just looking at there. All right, we got this open here. Okay, I just want to make sure that there's not anything. Okay. Involved record. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me see. Next. Oh, so he took... Oh, all right, I get it.
You see that, the name, and then the summary or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, okay, here's the first picture. So we'll do this then. Okay. So we'll make it large time. Large size. We'll get rid of, I would say people know who you are. Mark that down there.
And if you don't, just call these guys. They'll tell you exactly who I am.
They know. Okay, so let me go over here and we'll just move forward. All right. This is like the screen inside Spillman. So I can't tell what they were doing here. So this is like
complaint. They're claiming it's a complaint.
Okay. And this is who ran you?
Yeah, but that's not the right one. See how that one's RO? That stands for Randolph Officer.
Yeah.
Then her initials. So if you go back to the previous one, it must not have downloaded in order. That one's WO. Oops. WO Kirsten Wallace.
Winchester Officer Kirsten Wallace.
Yes. So that's 518. See, when I looked at it on that link he sent me, it had everything in order. So the next one was, there's
the Kirsten Wallace.
That's what should have been next in the download. And then that's the summary from it.
And that's the summary. Okay.
So she ran it as a complaint. But there was nothing on the 18th. The 18th was, that's at 10:58. So that one's at 10:57, 10:58, 10:58. So this ain't her re-accessing it. This is her still going through my files. She pulled something else up. Whatever CP is the relationship here.
Okay, that's interesting. You'll have to ask him what those are. What
it means.
So these are just all the different pictures that he sent.
Yeah. And so I can break a lot. That's Chuck Hoover right there, former Deputy Chief of Police Chuck Hoover.
Okay, because it's I see. All right, yeah.
That's Bradley Contrell. Yeah.
Why? What's it say here?
6'9". PO. I don't know what the PO is, but I believe that's who that is. Because I got everything wrote down. You know me, I'm a notebook guy, so
yeah.
And Brown, that's a dispatcher. It's a female dispatcher.
Okay.
And Brahma, I don't remember who Brahma is. Oh, Barn Dollar. I think that's Barn Dollar.
That's weird.
No, that's not Barn Dollar. I don't know who that was. And that's another one. I don't know who it is. But so May 18th, all in a row, my name was accessed 39 times in one day.
What?
In one day, 39 times. Just from the 237 that he sent me, 8 of them was Kirsten Wallace on different days. Kirsten Wallace is not even an officer.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And so even if you run her May 18th together, so she ran my name on May 18th, May 31st, June 2nd, June 6th, June 9th, and June 10th.
That's so stupid.
And that's the Deputy Chief Sheriff Ken Hendrickson running my name.
This is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nuts.
And these aren't the same pictures. Every single one of these pictures is
It's
different.
a different thing. Yeah.
Yep. Different person, different. Now, I tied all the usernames and the dates and times that they looked it all up. So I have everything broken down. And this is just from the 18th till June 10th. So from May 18th to June 10th, we have 236 images here. You divide that by like 2 or 3, you're probably looking at easily 130 times my name was ran. Who's Bone Steel? Like, that's one that caught me off guard.
Bone Steel. I don't know, but that's a badass name.
Like, I don't know who would know that, but somebody needs to
Convo.
find that out.
P.O. Convo Bone Steel. I mean, that's just some altogether weird crap.
Right? That's
P.O.
their name.
Convo Bone Steel.
The PO is supposed to be like their username, like their screen name. And then the other name on the other side is supposed to be their real name. Like, it says Michael Burke for Mike Burke. I mean, who the fuck is Bone Steel?
I don't know. But I'm going to start using that name.
Right?
There's a candidate that's running for United States Congress. He's an independent candidate. His name is Robbie Slaughter.
So one of the things that did catch my attention is, now if you look down for the relationship down there, one of those, like, just like you were saying, like, say they were looking up Bilbrey, it'd be KRI, then the asterisk or whatever. That would be for first name. Then like BIL would be last name, and anything in the system that had those right there would come up. Well, they ran my daughter's name. They ran KL because her name in the report, that Dylan report, was KL. So they ran KL, father of KL, which was me. That's why it pulled up to my shit, because when I filled out the police report with her incidents with Dylan, I put my information in.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
Then they also looked up my daughter's name with KI asterisk or whatever the fuck it's called, and then LAW at the bottom there. And they ran my daughter's name to find my information.
Ooh, that's weird.
So they ran a minor's name.
Oh, man. That's
deeper doo-doo. Like, you'll see right there, that's changed. They changed something down there at access information.
Yeah.
Def, whatever.
Now, this might be a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Where if there was something that they put in or did some kind of legitimate thing.
They changed something for May 24th. On June 3rd, they changed it, and they changed 3,800 to 657, which I don't know what that means.
They what?
They changed right there. You say it says 3,008 to 657. So on May 24th, it was 3,008, and then on the 3rd of June, they changed it to 657. What it was, what number, what it pertained to, I have no idea.
That's weird.
But like I said, as you see, there's the summary. As you start to go through more and more, 237 pictures, you start learning how to decipher this shit.
Yeah, right.
And if you go back to my videos and stuff, like, you can see May 18th was the first incident I had with Josh Giese when Civic Duty basically started. That was May 18th of last year, and that was the first video, and that was the 39 times in one day my name was ran.
That's weird, bro. So that's when you posted up the first video?
Yes. And I didn't have my first run-in with Kirsten until like the 29th or 30th.
Yeah.
So for her to be looking me up like that before we even had our run-in, that's weird.
So, you just
Did you have a run-in with the mayor that day, perhaps?
Nope, I didn't talk to the mayor till the day after the shit with Kirsten. It was the first time I ever talked to the mayor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I was at the time I was focused on that Dylan kid and a little pissed off at the cops.
Yeah. So it wasn't a city council.
Oh, go back. Let's go back one. See that father of KL relationship? Go forward one more.
Father of KL.
Yep, that's what they looked up.
Oh, that's so creepy. That's so weird.
Like, yeah. Don't want that guy looking me up. Eric Davis, Winchester officer Eric Davis, Kyle Thacker, trespass person. Like, I wasn't trespassed.
You've never been trespassed from anywhere? Yeah, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, you know.
I had the first bit of anything trouble I got into was the shit with Judge Fry, and that was like June 29th.
Yeah, so
that
we're not
that
even
was
there.
that was the first incident where I can understand my name coming up, and we haven't even made it close to that.
Oh my god! There it says trespass person.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder if, in order to get in, or I don't know if there's something they have to do. Right there, see that one?
There's KILA.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
criteria.
weird.
Mm-hmm. And that's my oldest daughter.
Oh.
That's the victim of Dylan. They're looking up.
Yeah, they're looking up a victim, a minor victim, to try to get info on you. Is weird.
So out of all these incidences, and this is just like I said, what, 22, 23 days?
Yeah. God. I mean, it just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, because you can always go back, like everything I've done. Like, I think the office of the city attorney, I'm not going to say no names, but the office of the city attorney, I believe that was live streamed like June like 1st or 2nd or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of this is in this situation, or in this time, but trespass person, I was never trespassed. Like,
right.
And I know the officers who responded to that. The officers that responded to that was Barn Dollar and Guffey. So if anybody,
how many times did Barn Dollar run you? Do you know?
As far as I've seen, like once.
You know how many times Guffey's ran you?
Yeah, I think he ran me once.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
So for people, people that are watching, so what happens here is,
well, it kind of makes sense because Guffey ran me on June 7th at 10:25 p.m. The shit at Meeks's was all in the daytime, so that doesn't even make sense. John Reed ran me at 7:43 a.m. Fucking office ain't even open then.
When a complaint is sent in here, now what should be happening is the IDAX coordinator for the Indiana State Police should be messaging these cops, anyone that ran anything on IDAX, and saying, what was the valid reason for your running this person on such and such a date? And they should then be able to say, well, on such and such a date, I pulled so-and-so over for a traffic violation that turned into a OWI arrest, or he was a suspect in a blank case, or blank happened, and it was investigated.
Here's my question, because a lot of the stuff I was there I want you to file charges. I'm the victim of their shit. Are they running my shit as I'm being the victim?
They shouldn't be. There
Right?
shouldn't be any reason, any need to do that. I mean, I don't see any reason. I mean, you weren't doing that then.
Mm-mm.
You were saying your daughter was a victim, and you were wanting to know why they weren't doing their job, why the police reports weren't done. But there was nothing that would cause any of this. This is nuts.
That's why when I got it, I was expecting maybe like 9 or 10 times throughout the year and shit. And like, yeah. Right. And then when he said 237 pages, I was like, oh shit. And you know what really sucked? I had to wait like 30 minutes because my internet was down.
Oh my God.
Thank you, JD. But I had to wait 30 minutes for that shit to come back up. Then finally I was like, okay, hurry up. And I started clicking through. I was like, let me hurry up and stop and download this in case they like delete the link or something. Because
right.
He CCs everything to Art, and Art probably got a copy of this. It was like, what the fuck, Shaney Felt?
Yeah, right. I gotta say, Shaney Felt has been on it as of late.
And I feel bad for him. Like, wait, he's not an elected official. I can buy him a gift, can't I?
It would be, you maybe buy him a coffee. I would maybe keep it at that.
Bring him a dozen roses. Thank you so much.
All right. Oh God, dude, this is highly, highly crazy. And for the other people out there that have had stuff that have been ran, man, I don't know. This is nuts.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 different people.
30 different people from law enforcement or connected law enforcement in Winchester.
30 different people with Spillman access. Let's just say
that's the way. That's nuts. So
in 23 days.
In 23 days?
23 days. That's all we got so far. The whole, I think, year and like 4 months I requested, out of 23 days, 30 people.
So we've got a couple of really good questions here. Number one, Josh Fisher said, am I allowed to request an officer run my name on Spillman with my permission? I'll be honest, I really don't know. I don't know why that would be a problem. Maybe the officer would say yes. Maybe the officer would tell you no. I don't know. I don't see why that would be a problem. Maybe they would do it. I don't see. I don't believe they should really honestly be able to do it. I mean, the way
with your permission, just jaywalk in front of them and
right. Right. You could always just request a record request to see if that has happened or whatnot. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't think so. I
don't think a basic officer can see this kind of stuff. This is somebody who needs to have special type of privilege to access the system log.
Right. If you're for the NCIC IDAX. For Enlighten Me, if they run you, should your family members check to see if they ran them also? I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. You see, they ran one of Josh's daughters. If I was Josh and Danielle, I'd probably be running Danielle to double check. I guarantee you they ran her. Why not? Why would they have not ran her? They might not have ran her 236 times, or maybe they did. I don't know. I would definitely check there. KC,
close friends, families.
Oh yeah, anybody that would be connected to you, anyone that would be like specifically if you live in an area that would be coming to your house, that the cops would see or whatever. Yeah, that there could be a reason. If you drive someone's car that's different than yours, or whatever, you might want those people to check various things. Yeah, there's various reasons why you'd want to do that. KC, did you ever check the name back here in the day when all that stuff was going on with Sean? And the answer is, even before the stuff with the one thing happened, yeah, because I knew they could do that. And back then, I was literally being pulled over every time I left my house in Winchester. I would leave my house, I would get pulled over. I would be coming back from
It's funny.
I would get pulled over.
I heard a funny story from the prosecutor here. Dave Daly told me a story that Mr. Dave Daly was at the gas station and ran into a Mr. Kristopher Bilbrey and was trying to make small talk with you and ask how stuff was going. And you said, hey, Dave, check this out. When I leave here, bet you I get pulled over. Dave said he stood at the front door and watched. You pulled out the parking lot, and sure enough, whoop, pulled right behind and pulled you over. He said it was crazy.
Did Daly tell you that?
Yeah, Daly told me that. And you know what made it so great? I heard the version of your story from you too.
Yeah, right.
But it was great hearing his version because he's like, and I just stood there with my arms crossed and was like, no, he didn't do nothing. And pulled you over right in front of the prosecutor.
Yeah. Dead serious, because I was standing there, we were just shooting the shit. Daly and I have been friends for a long time, and I like Daly. A lot of people say things about him. I like Daly. I think he's a good guy. You've had a good run, good times with him. He's a good person, I think, and he does, I don't have an issue with him. We're standing there talking, and I was sitting there, literally, I had been at the gas station for a few minutes because I saw them, and I was like, man, it was one of those things where, like, you listen, you all know I was a cop. I don't hate police. I'm not one of these people out here that's, banging on the cops and everything. I just do what it is. If they're bad cops, they're bad cops. They need to go. If they're good cops, I praise them. It is what it is. But I just got to the point where I was like, man, I'm getting tired of being effed with. And I was sitting there and I was just thinking, like, man, am I going to go this way? Am I going to try to cut out here? Am I going to sit here until they leave? What am I going to do? And Dave pulled in, and I was like literally talking to him, and I was like, watch this. And that made me feel good because I was like, at least if something stupid happens, he'll be there. And so he was like, nah, that's not going to happen. And I was like, watch. And that happened. I love that he told you that. Mm-hmm. That is amazing. That's a true story, folks. That's funny to me. But yeah, so because that was happening, I got pulled over 3 times in one day in the course of 2.5 hours in 3 different vehicles. In my vehicle, my wife's vehicle, and my mother's vehicle. I got pulled over 3 times in the
They're
course
probably thinking you're like a fucking, where the hell is he getting all these damn cars?
Yeah, right. They're like, well, I was the OG Lewis.
Cruising a car every 15 minutes, new car.
Yeah, right. Well, what I was doing is I was going down to fill up the tanks and gas. I went down there, like, gas was real low. I was coming through town. This is back when shit was real crazy gas wise. And I filled up gas, and I would go fill up my ex-wife now. I'd go fill it. She wasn't my ex-wife then. I wouldn't have been filling her tank up. She was my wife then. I was like, hey, you want me to go fill your car up? And she was like, yeah. And I got back to the house, and I'm like, they pulled me. Joan Ashley and her mom was watching. They were having things going on, and they had cameras outside their house videoing the sign, and they literally watched me get pulled over coming back into the neighborhood when I was going to park, and they watched the traffic stop happen. It was hilarious. And so they got to watch it. That was all happened the same night, I think. They watched me get pulled over. Daly's watched me get pulled over. It was great.
And you know what's funny? We got all these reports. We haven't even gotten to the Union City shit yet. That's probably where he's like, fuck.
What?
The Union City part of the Spillman?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've not even asked for over there yet?
I mean, no, I'm sure it's going to come with this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Because I asked anybody who's used their access through Spillman. So okay. Winchester, Union City. And remember, I didn't go to Union City till a little bit later on.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was about that Nick Wells and in the car.
Yeah. That was probably into this year, right?
Yeah, I want to say it was like a little bit before June or a little bit before July.
Okay.
So that next set of month, July, August.
Wait,
shit
July
like
of
that.
2022?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a couple months later.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, man.
There were the complaints filed with the ISP regarding
Mhm.
you. So I would imagine that you were probably run by
Oh,
Union City
absolutely.
prior to those.
And see, and that's what I'm saying because it's going to start multiplying because I was still in Winchester too.
Yeah.
I'm sure the state police was running me.
Now, state police is pretty good about doing or not doing. You know,
I mean, well, they
whatever,
did have to come to the Union City meeting. They came to the Winchester meeting via request and stuff. So they probably got roped into this shit too.
yeah.
Hopefully they were just better than that. And
Casey, I don't know if you just now came on. I don't know how long you've been on, but and I can't. I'm not in the place where I can say who yet. But literally, as we came on, somebody messaged me and said that they had been ran 100 sometimes in Henry County, and so it's like this is happening. This is a systemic problem. This is a system wide. The whole system is
change the Spillman system to the Kimbrough system.
sucked. Oh yeah. I know you reached out to Humphrey. Did he ever get back to you? Humphreys. I think he messaged and said that he and his attorney were working on it. I think that's all he said. That's all he said. So I don't know. Well, is you got anything else, bro?
Yeah, that one message I sent you.
Oh yeah.
So I want you to read this because they're threatening to arrest Craig, and Craig wanted me to reach out to you and see if we would come down to
Hey, Craig.
Oh fuck, Clinton, Indiana.
Clinton, Indiana.
It's like a 2-hour and 40-minute drive.
I know where it's at.
But they're having a council meeting on September 19th, and he requested us to come out there if we could because they're threatening. They're threatening to put him in jail for this.
They're threatening to put him in jail at Clinton County. That's his hometown, right?
No, he's from Terre Haute.
Okay. Okay, so in Clinton County, you want me to put it up on the screen?
Yeah, you can if you want. But I read it like 6 times, and I'm like, God, like really? Like when are the are we gonna have to visit every fucking town in Indiana to make these guys just listen, follow the law, teach them what they can and can't do?
Oh God. Okay,
maybe the governor, whoever wins, will fucking appoint somebody to do that. Listen, I need you for like 6 months out the year. Go to each of these cities and be like, nope.
Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do this. Yeah, right. So this says, okay, so this is 30.035. So this seems like it's a an ordinance, a city ordinance for Clinton, the city of Clinton, the town of Clinton, whatever it is. Contempt disorder. No person shall use violent or contemptuous language, behave in a disorderly manner, or refuse to obey the orders of the mayor or presiding officer in the council room while the common council is in session. The mayor or presiding officer may order the removal from the council room of anyone who intentionally disturbs the decorum of a council meeting.
And he was talking during public comment, and they got all pissed off and shit. So basically, they're saying that he's going to get arrested for this, a city ordinance, if he comes there and speaks. Like, he's not even going to, like, contemptuous language is like, hey, Bilbrey, can you pick that up? And you say no. That falls over. You're showing contempt. You're saying no.
Yeah.
With like, I'm not your bitch or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's contemptuous language. So if the mayor's like says anything to him and he says no or disagrees, he's showing contempt for the mayor and can be asked and removed from the meeting for that. I mean, like, I understand shall not use violent language. I understand violent language.
I've never heard him be violent.
Yeah. Disorderly. Well, there's already an IC code on disorderly.
Yeah, right. There's
certain things they have to. Speech alone's not disorderly. We all know that.
Yeah.
So like, what are they threatening? Like he's been calm, he's been collective and everything. So
are there videos up of him of any of this?
Yeah, he's got some on his channel and stuff. It's like, is this mayor?
Oh yes, okay.
I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But he did request us coming down there, so I didn't know if you wanted to take a trip down there or not.
Tell me when it is.
It's September 19th. And it starts at 6 o'clock.
I would be up to a road trip.
I told him I was down. The only thing is it's the food day, the soup kitchen day.
Oh shit.
But we're done at 3 o'clock. So if Danielle and some of the other people can just like let me skirt out of there about 2 o'clock, it'll give me enough time to head out and get down there.
Okay. Yeah, that's I'm definitely opposed to see how the other half live down in Clinton.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go or not. I owe him twice, so
yeah. I'm
down here twice, so I'm indebted.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I've got no problem with that. I'd like to go down there and see what's going on. Take a trip and see how. I like to see compare how council rooms are set up and how they run different things. I'm down for that. I can mark that on the calendar.
I'm down to compare the jails.
That's so stupid, man. That is so stupid. Well, the his channel, for those asking, is what's his channel? Is it Henry?
Yeah, at Henry. I said Henry. God, Sproles. I hope you think about me as much as
What is his let me see here.
I believe it's like the at Henry.
Yeah. So just go here. I'll send it. I'll show everybody. Here's what this is. Yeah, there. Kate put it up. At Henry's the YouTube channel covering Clinton journalism at its finest. I like it.
And I think it's that mayor hates your freedom. No, I don't think that. I think it was. Oh, those are his member only. If you click on video, it has that new one up there. Yeah,
mayor loses his mind. Is this mayor corrupt?
Mayor, why have you sold properties to a private contractor for an average of $1 per property?
Ask him. He's asked me that question before, so see, you both got the answer.
So did the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and they said there was nothing wrong.
No, in history, do you see how people trying to come to Clinton see how Clinton acts?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
welcome.
go see there. I'm not gonna jump his views. Go there and watch that. That's 13 minutes. I've not seen that. I'll have to go there and see that.
It's a good watch. They start infighting and shit.
Oh, they start fighting amongst themselves?
Yeah, I think there's 2 council members who are they want
nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best thing in the world. I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, very good. Anything else you got to say before we roll?
Winchester City Council meeting will be up on my channel at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you guys are intrigued by that, Monday.
How did that go?
Actually pretty intriguing. People are a little nervous. They think I got replaced by a alien or something. Josh was nice.
That's hilarious.
You didn't tell nobody to go fuck themselves, but I still gave a good
Yeah.
message there to the
Good.
council. It's worth the watch.
Good. All right. Well, very good. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. If you want to watch that, that'll be up at 7 a.m. You said?
Yep.
7 a.m. on his channel tomorrow. Enlighten Me, Kristopher will be sharing his attorney's name so people will know they have an attorney Chris recommends. Yeah, I will share that. I'll let you know. If
I would
he's
talk
like,
to the lawyer first.
yeah, I'm gonna yeah. I will be dealing with all of that once I talk to the attorney on Thursday. If he, for some reason, can't take the case, doesn't want to take the case, or says, hey, I can only take like 4 people, 5 people, whatever, I will get names of other people. I will not leave you people hanging. We will find attorneys for everybody because this is a big deal. And I'm saying we need to ram them. Anyone who was violated in any way, we need to do it and make a stink. So
instead of even fighting in court, let's get them just signing settlement checks.
That's that. Yeah, absolutely. All right, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good one. I'll get with you.
On.
Yep, no problem. Right. Yep, take care.
Peace.
Yep, there goes Joshua, Civic Duty Kimbrell. There is him. He's him. I'm me. I appreciate you guys for watching. Of course, we had Audie Barber from the Barber Shop. He was on talking about trying to protect the children. I was worried about that when I first heard this nonsense, and I really didn't know. So I don't know. We'll see what goes on. I do want to let everybody know at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will be in the Henry County Sheriff's Department reviewing video footage. Yay! That time has eventually got here. I cannot. It's like Christmas. I'm going to be so excited. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, but I will be there. So tomorrow evening, do not miss tomorrow evening's show. It's going to be a very, very big show. All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate it. Is that it? Do we have anything else? We have the postscript. Postscript. Everybody's been asking for years and years and years, will they get back together? And I just got to say, I don't know if the mood strikes any one of us and we're all in the same room. The problem is getting us all in the same room. There might be 2 or 3 of us in one room here, but the other one's, over in LA doing something, and the other might be in rooms in England, but it is what it is. You saw 2 of us tonight, and that's probably the best it's going to get. So you guys take care. God bless. Have a good evening. I'm out. Bye.